So welcome to the class. So in my class, in my link class, we have introductions. So the introductions that needs to be made is you need to introduce yourself first and foremost. What's your name? Right? Where you from? How long you've been in Canada? What did you do in your home country in terms of employment? What do you do now? And something interesting about yourself. So anybody want to go first? Anybody go first? Helen?
Thank you, Mark. And I'm glad to see you and all of you guys and you guys also. My name is Helen. I'm from Ukraine. I need to
No,
stand
no,
up?
you don't have to stand up.
Okay. I'm from Ukraine. I lived in Kiev before I came to Canada. I was producer on TV and film industry. Here I'm just coordinator of cartoons because of no experience, any experience in Canada. What else?
Something interesting?
Something interesting. This month I was very happy and I'm alive because rocket was bombed near my house, and yeah, just something interesting.
I'm glad that you're alive and you're back.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you again, Helen. Adriana.
Hello, hope you're doing great. My name is Adriana. I've been here a month. Actually, I just got here in June 26th. Yeah. And I'm from Venezuela. And I used to live in Panama since 2014. And I'm a dental assistant, so I worked as a dental assistant there. And
What do you do now?
well, right now I'm looking for a job. I just got here and I have a month here, so I'm searching how to certify as a dental assistant, try to be a CDA. And I actually want to pursue dentistry.
Okay.
I want to study dentistry, so I'm kind of looking and searching in the UBC and how to do that.
Nice. Welcome.
Thank you.
We have Sachin.
Yeah, hi.
Something interesting about that.
Something interesting. We forgot something interesting
Oh,
about.
something interesting. Well, I am. Oh well, I really like gymnastics. I'm really good at it.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
I like that.
Nice. Sachin, welcome.
Yeah. Hi all, this is Sachin and I'm from India, and it's been 3 years now. I'm in Canada, but I used to go back to India to visit my family. So I was working in India as a software engineer. Also, I was working here with HSBC Bank as a software engineer. However, due to this economic crisis, my job was impacted and I had some visa issues, so I went back to India. Now again I landed month of March with my PR, and I'm looking for a new job in the field of IT, that is a software engineer. And there is nothing interesting about myself. That's why I'm in this class to explore and like polish my communication skills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome. Nothing interesting about you.
Yeah.
And then we have
It's so
Vinu.
interesting. It's nothing interesting.
We have Vinu.
Hi everyone, my name is Vinu. So I'm from Sri Lanka, and I've been in Canada for last 2 years now. And back in the country, so I worked as a head of supply chain for a startup company, clothing brand. The brand name is Boots Clothing Company. So that was a kind of like it is a startup company assigned to one of the largest apparel manufacturer in Sri Lanka. So I was playing a supply chain head role as well as a founding member in that particular company. And so I moved to Canada in 2022. So then currently I'm working as a finance operation manager for another company.
Okay. Something interesting.
So something interesting about myself. So I really eager to learn and meet people. So that's the reason that I'm sitting here today. Meet people and improve my skills.
Okay. Welcome everybody. Welcome the rest of you. So you 4 or 3 have never been part of a link program, right? So the link system is not ideally it doesn't run the same way as ESL. I need to stop myself. I need to introduce myself. Right? My name is Mark. My surname is Stoker. I'm originally from South Africa via the UK. I've been teaching for approximately 8 years. It would be 9 years going. I've taught from anything from soft skills to English to ESL to business English. Something interesting about myself, I paint my toenails and I play the piano. Interesting. So back to the link program. So the link program is not your standard English literacy program. So we test for the 4 skills, which is reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Okay, and under these reading, writing, listening, and speaking, we have different benchmarks. They go from 1 to 5. Okay, and what they do is they don't test, they assess skills. So for example, on level 1, it would be interacting with others. So this is forms of communication. On level 2 would be something like giving instruction. Level 3 would be getting things done. And level 4 would be sharing information. So what it does actually, it tests or assesses real world tasks. So how it works is that every month within the link system, we have a new topic of discussion, and I try and assess for all the 4 skills each week, okay? So this month's topic within the link system is relationships and the media. Okay, so relationships and the media. So it's not standard, it is a curriculum of 12 months, but each month would be different. However, the skills that you would be learning is real world skills, real world tasks. It's stuff that you take from here and can implement and apply it to a real world situation. Any questions?
No.
No questions? Okay, moving on. So, in order for you to progress out of the link system, you would need 32 assessments. So 32 assessment roughly is approximately a year, right? Or can be less, okay? So you have 2 components as well. You are assessed in class, and we use successful and not successful. However, being not successful does not mean that the literal assessment does not count towards your portfolio. So you have a portfolio where you would need to file all your assessments. And in total, they will need to be 32, meaning 8 under each individual skill. Does it make sense? So the 4 new people that joined us, I think you are all on level 8. So once you have 32, you would graduate out of the link system, okay? And then people who are on level 7 will then have a portfolio evaluation where I go through the portfolio and they graduate to the next level, which would be level 8. Make sense?
Yes.
Just give me a moment while I prepare my smartboard. You can go. You're also quiet. It's hot, I know, it's really hot. Was that recording? You can say whatever you want to say. You can say whatever. Evidence, right? It would be evidence. So what happens each month, the start of each month, we start off with a needs assessment. So needs assessment is based on what you would require me to teach on, or ideas that you would want to be taught on. So this one is media, family, and relationships, and this is a warm-up brainstorm theme-related idea, right? So what we want here is in groups, given the news media power is shaping perceptions, beliefs, and attitudes in society, developing media literacy is key to an engaging citizenry who can interpret news and express views on a range of important local and global topics. So we're going to look at the various aspects of family relationships and how they are affected by media. So when we look at it, we look for examples like stereotype, about gender roles, for how to family culture differences, and how to bring up children, okay? So what I'm gonna give to you is a needs assessment. So we have a brainstorm. Let's make it 5 minutes, and then we'll have a total class discussion on what each group came up with. Make sense? Geez, I might have a few missing. Please share, because I thought we were 18. If the last group doesn't have a lot, please share. You to share. You to share for the intro. Myself and Helen share. Okay, so we're first dealing with the first page, right? You don't have one? Wendy, there's two. Wendy can have another one. So brainstorm it is for 5 minutes. Read through the first page for 5 minutes. Look at stereotypes and think about how the media affects family relationships. We live in some crazy times, so I do believe that the media affects family relationships. Everybody clear on what to do?
No. No. I didn't get like what's the question?
So it's written down.
Yeah, but you just said like what we would like to explore.
Yeah. So the second page deals with what you would like to explore. Okay. But the first page is a brainstorm. Okay. Hello.
Just like the possibility to understand the views
Have a seat anyway, if you can grab one.
You can take my chair. I will take that one.
No, it's okay. Oh. Somebody recording?
It's our online studio.
It's a
Yeah,
online
okay.
studio.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Because it's been because it's been like a couple of years since. But yeah.
Maybe Australia.
Yes. So then Colombo, not Colombo, down.
Everyone get one on this table? Yeah? Everybody get one on this table? Yeah? Each one get one? Use an extra one. So the second page is basically to need to be filled in, but the first page is a brainstorm and a discussion, right?
Yeah. So it's just like when it's not wisdom,
Yes.
it's just like family and relationships.
Family and relationships, yeah.
So
So
it's
how
like
is
information
it
they get from the TV.
from the TV, how is it effective? Okay? Sorry, I forget. Watch TV. If you don't watch TV, then you gotta look at other forms of media, right? There are different forms of media. There's newspaper, there's social media, there's a whole lot of different forms of media. Okay? And we will be dealing with that soon. Who didn't get one? Everybody get one? Yeah?
No, it says that how it's impact the relationship. I'm not sure. Mark, sorry,
Yeah.
just correct me if I'm wrong. Is it about that how media is impact the relationship, right?
Yes, how media impacts the relationship.
Oh.
Yeah, because remember we have news and there's propaganda, and certain people read into certain way and other people feel strongly another way. So at the end of the day, it can cause people to have arguments.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Are you talking about situation in Canada or just
In general, situations in general.
Maybe in telecom, because it's important.
I think
Because I put it, but I have no idea what it is.
Okay, ready to discuss? There has been 5 minutes.
You have to discuss.
I just mobile just watching that.
Or do you argue about character?
So,
You disagree with actions of the character? Or
as you know, family is one of the most institution in the society. Because it can, I think it can bring us, made society. We can say so. And when we saw in family historically, we can see it change during the years. In the past, people live in the extended family with the relatives and grandfather, aunt, and then family changed to nuclear family, parents and children. And now it seems it changed. You know, we can see family with one parent and children, and parents without any marriage, without marriage, that it used to be you have to in nuclear family, parents, men and women have to marry each other, but now it's not necessary. And
I think they have some messages.
You are just
about this thing. And this thing, I think media support this new form of family. In the past, if it's a kind of shame if your parents divorce and you have to live with one of them. But these days, it's completely normal. And I think the media has a big role to make it normal. So, we want to
media has a great impact on the family relationship because of some TV shows or some films show such a normal relationship between the family, between children, especially young people go to behave like this in the film and make a career like hero. And the same with the news.
You think it's not good? You think it's not good?
Because sometimes for getting more viewers and for advertising ideas, people, some TV shows not realistic life within family, within relationship between children and parents.
So it impacts your family relationship. I don't know about the news because I don't watch news. But in my home country, that is India, we had an influence of TV shows. They portray not a good thing about families. It's like, as you said,
Time up, right? So your ideas.
Thank you.
Your ideas. So brainstorming ideas. How does media affect relationships? Can we start with that group at the back?
Who will start? I will. Okay, no problem. I guess it has a two-sided effect, bad effect and good effect. It could be good that you can choose the information that you want to take from the media, not just in, let's say, just, I don't know how to say that. That there would be, when for example, watching TV, there would be too much information that comes to you without that you are able to choose the right information for yourself. Okay, but for example, if you go to social media, you can choose the data that you want.
Yeah.
Okay? It is good in that way. But the bad side of that is that you will lose I think, the real connection with the people.
A real connection with people.
Okay? You are just all the time looking at your phone, browsing, and you forgot about the others. Maybe, for example, it would be a long time that you are in a home, but you lose the connection with your partner or your family, because most of you are just looking at the phone.
Yeah.
It is a bad side.
I tend to agree with that one. You can have too much of screen time in terms of what you look at. Okay. Anybody else in the group? Tatiana, I need to ask you.
I think social media and media is great for family. That's my view.
It's great for family? You
Yes.
think it's great for family?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it could increase maybe some. For example, in TikTok, some family just make a video together, so it's actually unite them. They could share with like jokes or something else. So, And about the dining, yeah, if we in the dinner or something, so it's more, and people like stick with their phones. It's talks more about the etiquette. So it's
Okay.
not like there is a rules. Yeah, you should put phone down, and this is etiquette.
Okay.
So it's not bad or good. So if we just like refuse social media at all, so I don't want to live in like 17th century.
Okay.
And I think that social media do not like stolen our reality, because when we in 17th century, people's reality was not very good.
Mhm.
They know only this area, and now I could just share with my culture, see another culture through this social media actually.
Okay.
That's why I know about Canada something. Because if I was living like in Ukraine and I have no social media, so I even don't know. I would say that if I wouldn't,
I wouldn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, that such Canada exists. So
Yeah. Well, I tend to agree with it. It has opened up a world, right? A new world for us, and it gives us more to explore. But it does have a bad side to it. This group? Anybody?
Our group, what? Why I am talking to
I
you?
like this brainstorming because it makes us, if you notice, it says it creates critical
I'm
thinking.
newcomer.
Hello.
We actually talking about some arguments between friends because of news, because of politics. I had experience about politics in the US and how it's impact in our country, and I have arguments about it with my friend. Also, Max said he has some arguments with his friends for sure, because a lot of information, a lot of like some true or false news, and it's impact a lot, and people have their opinion, and it's very often not the same with your friends, family, and people who you have around. I don't know, maybe someone discuss it in the work or something. So it's impact this way a lot, and I think this way people try to avoid this conversation because of this problem, because and a lot of people don't want to share their opinion. They usually lie or just don't say anything to avoid this argument. And as our classmates said, that true that you have choice in social media because you can find some influence which you like, and you see that he say true or his ex really approve that he say true. And you can follow him, right?
Yeah.
You can you can check his news, this information in different sources, and if it's true, you can follow him and trust him. But it's not mean that your friends wanna follow and trust him, and it's also impact. About what else? What we discuss else about? Eurovision and Olympic Games.
Yeah.
And about sexual
contest.
sexual
Orientation.
Orientation, sexual
Yeah.
orientation.
So for a lot of people, it was not right because games
Olympic
and,
Games.
yeah, and Eurovision is a little different, and it's I have a friend. She called me and like, oh my God, you see that what's the show? Why it's happening like that? I said, for me it's okay because here it's normal,
Mhm.
and everyone tolerant for it. And I see a lot of like a lot of movies now include this.
Okay.
Yeah, like people must understand that we have this
Mhm.
in our world, and it must be. But maybe it's good when it's I expect when it's appropriate.
When it's appropriate.
Yeah,
Mhm.
when it's makes sense. When it's just show, okay, maybe a lot of people don't ready for
For that, yeah.
were not ready for that, because it's more, I don't know why. So
It's like wrong context.
yeah, like not match with
Yeah.
that context that they accept. I think this way.
Okay.
So it's also impact. I think it's everything what we see, watch from TV, from not just news, movies.
Movies, fashion,
Yeah, fashion,
what you eat, what you drink.
cartoons, everything in details, very prepared before mass people feed it.
Yeah, before they feed it to people.
Yeah, so it's very everything impact. So and it's impact on us and our families and our friends, and we cannot do anything. We just need to double check everything. Just choose what we really trust.
Trust, yeah.
And yeah, share with people
Yeah.
you also trust,
You
and
also
you know
trust.
that you
Mhm.
have no a problem after
After
with
that.
Often I hear this thing that from people, oh, I shared this post and we got into argument with my friend and he's no longer my friend.
It can defriend someone, right? This group, what do you guys think? The impacts of
Yeah.
media on the relationship.
In my table, first of all we speak about the importance of family. As you know, family is one of the most important unit in the society. We
Society,
can call
that's
it,
true.
because the society established on family, and family during the time change a lot, from extended family, nuclear family,
Mhm.
and these days we see a single parent family.
Single
And
parent
of
family.
course, social media, TV has a big role to establish a new norm, beliefs,
Mhm.
and etiquette
Yes.
among the family, among the parents, relationship between parents and children,
Children.
between
Mhm.
children, and that's it. And our new classmate once say something about his country, India, in the middle of his speaking.
Yeah, so it was like back in my country, we had a very much influence of TV shows on families. So whatever they shows in TV serials, people think it's real, and they try to implement that practices in their families, and that impact your family relations.
Mhm.
Also, I think it's a business now, that social media, YouTube or news. So from my point of view, they don't have they have a bias about particular thing.
Mhm.
If they want to show something and they are getting more views or more business on that, they will show only that thing.
Yes.
They are not showing any kind of truth,
Yeah.
or what is the actual data, or what are the actual things. So that impacts your personality as well.
Mhm.
So from social media, I think it happened with me as well, that I lost my patience. I tried to react very quickly,
Mhm.
instead of trying to figure out, is it valid information or not.
Okay.
If I say if I used to see any kind of post,
Mhm.
I used to think, oh, it's a correct one, and I used to react on that. So I think that social media has that kind of impact on us and our brain, so that can change our thinking habits. So we should be careful that we should have some kind of filter, that what content we should watch,
or see,
or listen.
or listen to. I believe you should be having a photo, a personal photo that says, okay, this is what I believe and this is.
Yeah, or even though it's not related about family, if you are watching some kind of content and if you are impacting yourself, if you are impacted, then surely you have some kind of behavioral changes about your family as well. So because if you are stressed or you are unhappy about something, you will try to throw that energy in your family as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we should be more careful while watching, means whatever you are watching or you are consuming.
Yeah, good. The final group. Ksenia.
Oh, okay. I believe that nowadays media creates lots of disagreements in families. Basically, the idea is that many years ago, when there were like not that many sources of news, for example, it was very different. But right now, the news are tailored to our views and our opinions, and people are getting more. I think they're getting more radicalized in their opinions. So, for example, if a person is conservative and he's watching conservative news, he will only see conservative news because Facebook, YouTube, and other sources will provide him with more content of that sort. And if he's liberal, for example, it's the same.
It's the same.
So people do not change their opinions. And in one family, one person can be liberal, another is conservative, and they are very sure of their opinions because they see confirmations of their views and opinions everywhere. Everywhere is in their media bubble. So that creates a lot of disagreement in families. I was making an example with Russia because there is an issue with older generation who watches lots of propaganda in general, and this creates
conflict,
crucial conflicts in families. People basically don't speak to each other.
So I'm glad that we all have this exercise because it says that we're creating critical thinking, right? So moving on to lessons. What's media? Give some examples of media. And what media do you use? Kelvin, what media do you use? Everything.
I need to say again. Facebook, Instagram, like this. Media, general media like TV, newspaper.
Blogs?
I don't have blogs.
You don't read blogs?
Sometimes maybe start another blogs.
Adriana?
Most of all, time Instagram.
Yeah, I mean.
And TV.
Okay, that's it. I think the main ones is TV, and I think now it's mostly social media. Some people, I personally feel that Facebook is a has-been. I just keep it because of family that are older and they like that. So yeah. Ina, media, what media can you think of?
Actually, I started using Facebook when I came to Canada.
Never used it before.
I use it, but for a long time I just didn't use it. And now I'm using Facebook because it's a good place to communicate with Ukrainian community. And also I use Instagram, I use Telegram. I do not watch TV at all. We don't have TV. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Me too.
France, lots of people don't watch TV. Okay, what is media literacy? Watch the video and answer the questions, okay?
Okay.
So there are questions here, and I will play the video. I probably have to increase the screen size. Does it do this? No. How do I increase the screen size? Okay, ready for the listening? Yeah.
literacy is not only the ability to understand information being presented to us, but also determining the best way to respond to it. When we say media, we are speaking about the way people communicate around the world, whether it is through print, radio and television, the internet, or new forms of media. For the past century, mass media has been produced by corporations or state entities that control the content of messages communicated to the public. These organizations edit news, advertising, and other information before the public sees the final product. New digital technologies, such as social media, allow for a new, freer flow of information. No longer do we rely solely on one source of information, but our information comes from a wide variety of sources. In addition, each and every person has the ability to contribute to the public exchange of knowledge. Of course, the information that we receive may still be biased, so it is important that we understand how messages are created and consumed in all forms of media. This understanding is the definition of media literacy. So, how do we make sense of the diversity of information being presented to us at a faster pace than ever before? We can do so by gathering, analyzing, and reflecting on that information so that we can better understand how and why a specific message is being delivered. We can start by asking questions, such as, who created this message? How is it constructed? What is being left out? What is their goal? Do I agree with what is being said? Is this message targeted to a local, national, or global audience? Who is it intended for? We can also look for information with diverse perspectives in order to produce thoughtful responses. By doing so, individuals are empowered to form their own opinions and are less likely to be swayed by the information they consume on a daily basis. As individuals learn to evaluate information and media resources for themselves, passive citizens and consumers are transformed into engaged and active participants of the knowledge economy.
One more lesson?
Yes, please.
So now you're going to listen for the questions, right? I'm sorry, I cannot put it louder. We have other classes. Oh yeah, I forget. Helen, you're back.
Media literacy is not only the ability to understand information being presented to us, but also determining the best way to respond to it. When we say media, we are speaking about the way people communicate around the world, whether it is through print, radio and television, the internet, or new forms of media. For the past century, mass media has been produced by corporations or state entities that control the content of messages communicated to the public. These organizations edit news, advertising, and other information before the public sees the final product. New digital technologies, such as social media, allow for a new, freer flow of information. No longer do we rely solely on one source of information, but our information comes from a wide variety of sources. In addition, each and every person has the ability to contribute to the public exchange of knowledge. Of course, the information that we receive may still be biased, so it is important that we understand how messages are created and consumed in all forms of media. This understanding is the definition of media literacy. So, how do we make sense of the diversity of information being presented to us at a faster pace than ever before? We can do so by gathering, analyzing, and reflecting on that information so that we can better understand how and why a specific message is being delivered. We can start by asking questions, such as, who created this message? How is it constructed? What is being left out? What is their goal? Do I agree with what is being said? Is this message targeted to a local, national, or global audience? Who is it intended for? We can also look for information with diverse perspectives in order to produce thoughtful responses. By doing so, individuals are empowered to form their own opinions and are less likely to be swayed by the information they consume on a daily basis. As individuals learn to evaluate information and media resources for themselves, passive citizens and consumers are transformed into engaged and active participants of the knowledge economy.
Okay, first question, what does media literacy involve, according to this video?
Understanding and responding to media.
Understanding and responding to media, right? How has mass media been produced in the past century?
By
big
corporations, they choose them as advertisement,
As an advertisement, yeah. How has media changed with the emergence of social media? How has it changed?
Became less central.
It became less centralized. So first, big media could control what is being said and what is being advertised, right? Media that is not produced by state entities and big corporations is free of bias. True or false?
True.
Why do you say false? Very good. You don't feel that they bias?
Yeah, because it's a business.
It's a business, yes. It's a business. What's the definition of media literacy?
Not to believe whatever we are getting
Exactly what you said. It's the filter that we put in to be able to weed out what is propaganda, what is fake news, what is all these other stuff on there. It's the ability to be able to do that. How can we make sense of all the diverse information presented to us? List all of the tips given in the video. Anybody got the tips?
Yeah.
Ask questions.
See what the goal is,
Yeah.
the target.
The target, who's it targeted against?
Analyze the information.
Analyze the information.
See what's left out.
See what's left out.
Intentions of the messages.
The intentions of the messages.
Who
In your own,
provided?
yeah.
Who provided
the information?
Maybe
It-
have your own opinion.
Have your own opinion. She does say have your own opinion. In your own words, explain the meaning of knowledge economy. What is knowledge economy?
So we require
Two last
information for
sentences.
betterment of the personal life and society. Basically, have a set of knowledge or information
Yes.
to betterment of the family or the society.
The betterment of the family and the society. I've gone over my minutes. We can go. Next one. We did this one for those who were in class last week. We did this exercise, but because there are a ton of new people.
It's about main idea. No?
About what?
Main idea.
About main idea. We're gonna get to main idea. Trust me, we are. It's coming. And do you remember what main idea is?
Something about words.
No idea.
No idea. Please repeat it for newcomers.
So who reads blogs amongst you? Who reads blogs? Yaroslav, do you read blogs? No?
No.
Unless it's for school, for this class.
No.
Yeah?
For school, yeah.
You read blogs, Anu?
Not really.
Not really? Sachin?
Blogs about, I read only about technical blogs.
Technical blogs?
Social
Yeah.
or general.
Social blogs you won't read. So let's test your knowledge about blogs. Answer the question based on what you currently know about blogs. Do not search and answer online. If you don't know the answer, make a guess. Give yourself 1 point for everything you get right. 1 point. Okay, and then we'll run a tally on who got the most right. The word blog is a contraction of 2 words, right? That means network and diary. What are these words?